Three machines and a few tools are needed to reduce drudgery and improve the quality of the output in a community scale small millet processing unit. The machines needed for processing small millets are a grader, a destoner, and a huller or a dehusker. Graders separate material based on grain size. It is a mechanized deck of 2 or 3 sieves. The material is dropped over the first sieve, and as the whole stack of sieves shake, any grains with size smaller than the sieve size fall through and flow over the next sieve. The second sieve will have a hole size smaller than that of the first sieve. As the material gets sieved through the lower deck, we get 3 size separated fractions of the input material: large, medium and small. There are 3 kinds of sieves frequently used in small millet processing: wire mesh, punch sheet with round holes, and punch sheet with slots. Sieves with hole sizes in the range 0.5 mm to 3 mm would be sufficient for processing all the millets. The more the number of sieve hole sizes we can have within this range, the better it would be. Being rain-fed crops, small millets exhibit a wide range of size distributions. The same sieve can be used on the bottommost deck across materials and batches, but the upper deck sieve sizes would depend on the quality of the material and whether the sieve holes are getting clogged during the grading or not. A destoner is a machine that allows us to perform the same operations done in manual processing using a winnowing pan. Using this machine, the drudgery is reduced and the quantity of material that can be processed in a given amount of time is increased by many fold. A destoner consists primarily of an angled bed on which the grains are dropped. As the grains flow down the machine, they are tossed up by mechanical action of the bed, and a controlled airflow is applied through the destoner bed. The heavier grains will move up the incline towards the rear of the machine, while the lighter grains will be carried forward by the airflow. The destoner can be used effectively for removing stones and for separating heavier and lighter grains too. Using a shutter to change the area of the inlet port of the fan, one can control the volume of air flowing up through the destoner's bed. Another control parameter is the flow rate of the grains on the destoner bed. A destoner can be tuned for processing any of the small millets. The airflow is controlled by trial and error based on the quality of the output. In an impact huller, the grains are flung off a rotating component to hit a fixed surface a certain distance away with about the same force. The impact causes the husk to break open and separate from the millet rice kernel. It is important to take out the immature light grains from the input material. These grains do not get hulled and will make the task of mechanically separating them from the hulled millet rice kernels very difficult. The quantity of material flowing into the impact chamber is the primary control parameter we have in an impact huller. A built-in aspirator pulls out the husk from the hulling chamber, and only the dehusked grains, broken millet rice kernels and the unhulled grains exits the machine's primary port. The degree of husk extraction by the aspirator can be controlled using a dampener. Other than the machines, we do need a few tools that help in handling of the processing itself. These are: 1. A set of test sieves, 2. Metal wire brushes, and 3. An air blower with speed control. For each of the grader's sieve screens, we should have a corresponding test sieve. For the material on hand, the sieves are selected such that the holes do not get clogged. The range within which to choose a sieve is decided such that the large is to good is to small grain fraction proportions are in the ratio 20:60:20. For the post-hulling operations, the sieves are selected such that most of the unhulled grains do not pass through it, while allowing most of the hulled millet rice kernel to fall through. For the lower deck, the sieve is selected such that almost all the shattered kernel fall through, but the more valuable half-broken and full millet rice kernels do not fall through. The wire brush and the air blower are essential to clean the grader sieves, the destoner bed, and the hard to reach places within machines. A weighing machine and the volume measures are useful to get better grain fraction proportions and hence better sieve selection. Using machines and proper tools, a significant difference can be achieved in the quality of the output. As one gains experience, some of these aids and accessories may be used only when some exceptionally different batch comes up for processing.